ます。シールもらった方はどうぞご参加してください。マウイダイブの方冷たいシャンプー。Need to smoke, for all of you that smoke. You're gonna have to refrain for an hour and a half after we start the cruise here, or the tour, the submarine tour. So we're gonna ask that you make your way to
tugboats tow out the submarines in the morning. It takes about an hour and a half to tow out. Keep both submersible submarines over in the Honolulu Harbor, which is approximately 4 to 5 miles away. And they stay an X amount of the day. Now the subs do between 8 and 9 dives a day. That ladder to go down, very important that you turn around and face the ladder and go down backwards. Okay? So it's a free speed foot. Work your way down, holding onto both rails. Once you're inside the submarine, we'll have a crew member down there to assist you in the water. I want you with these red shirts on, these red blouses, shirts.
Oh, there's a setup.
Hey, I had a good question. What's the difference between the two submarines? Does anybody know? Okay, one of them doesn't have any windows. Okay, that's the only difference.
Alex, we're not on this one. You're on now. You're on the second one. I just want to go down to no, don't get in the way.
See that? You did that part. There. Yeah, that's your flat. Top. Yeah, that's your flat.
Zaraz wam pokażę, jak będziemy oglądać. Będziemy kamerować sobie.
Folks picked a good time to come down here. The
Visibility is excellent. I've spent a couple hours underwater already today, and it's been like this all day long, so it's looking good.
Retain your positively point clear arm and engage vertical.
Treasure, mahalo, activating. I have a visual on the fins. Looks like we're just about completely submerged now. Switching. And we've switched to our underwater communication system. See that we're about 25 feet underwater this time. Sometimes you can see little silverfish around the submarine. These are very common. Close to the surface, sir. These fish are called opelu in Hawaii, or mackerel scat is a more common name for them. And before we go any farther, I would like to introduce you to our crew. We have 3 crew members aboard, and the most important crew member is all the way up here in the front, behind the big window. That's our pilot, or the captain of the submarine. Everybody say hello to Captain Susan. Okay, Captain Susan's a little bit busy right now, so she'll say hi to you in just a second. I'm all the way back there in the back is our co-pilot. She's going to go in the karaoke room for a second, so we'll have her say hi to you. She's getting the CD player going. So we'll have Captain Susan say hi.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome aboard the Atlantis 14. Thanks for joining us. All right, so far? So far so good? Thumbs up? Actually, we've got nice visibility today, so I think you're going to enjoy this.
Okay, we're passing through 60 feet. And we're approaching our first destination, which happens to be an artificial reef system that was designed to create a home for the fish and other kinds of marine life. About 10 years ago, the University of Hawaii helped us design some artificial reefs to help with the problems we've been having offshore Waikiki. The smaller reef fish can hide underneath each layer of the pyramids. When big fish, like predatory fish, come around. I know it will. I know it will. Everybody knows. It works good. It's all good. The guy up here is worried about his video camera working. If you're having problems, try your manual focus, alright? Sometimes the window will fool the focusing system on your camera. So. Okay, I see a lot of goldfish out there on the right. They hang out in big schools. You'll be seeing lots of these today. Okay, on the right side, there's kind of a hill or a ridge line out there. That's called the Poliopono. Poliopono was formed by a lava flow. It came from the volcano that formed the island of Oahu. You see that area used to be dry land. Okay, on the left side here, there's a artificial reef coming into view. There's 4 of these. They're called the Japanese reefs. The Japanese reefs were designed by the Asahi Corporation in Japan to grow seaweed. We don't have that kind of seaweed here in Hawaii, so we brought them over here to see how they would do as an artificial reef system. The fish have taken to them quite well. The Japanese reefs are built out of fiberglass. They have concrete bases to hold them upright. There's new coral growth on top of them. You can see a lot of little yellow fish with black spots close to their tail. These are called millet seed butterfly fish, and they're only found here in Hawaii.
I still have one. Another one. That's my.
through the area we just came through, so you folks on the right will get to see the Japanese reefs now, and everyone on the left who's already seen the Japanese reefs will get to see the natural reef called the Paulino Tono. It's all natural coral you see growing up on top of there. Most of that coral is either lobe coral or cauliflower coral. It takes the reef about a year to grow only an inch. So it's a very long process to get a new reef to form. Basically, when we put an artificial reef underwater, it just creates a base for the new coral to grow on. And after a while, the coral growth will completely cover the artificial reef, and eventually you'll only see natural coral. There's a lot of little caves and stuff at the bottom of the lava flow here, and I'll always see moray eels in this area, so keep an eye out. I think there's about 13 different kinds of moray eel that are found in Hawaiian waters. The most common one on our dive site is the yellow margin moray eel. They have a bright yellow margin around their tails. Occasionally you'll see them swimming along the reef looking for food. Moray eels have really bad eyesight, so they rely on their keen sense of smell for finding their food. And they have extremely sharp teeth. So you never want to stick your arm in a hole when you're out exploring the reef, because most likely there's a moray eel living in there, and they don't like other eels moving into their territory. They're very territorial, so they most likely will bite you. And their teeth are all curved inward, so once they bite you, you basically can't get away without causing extreme pain to yourself. And they say that the moray eel has the kind of bacteria in their mouth that can cause a severe infection. So watch out for the eels. They're not hard. They don't come after you or anything. You just are real careful about who goes into their house. So just watch out for the morays if you're looking for lobsters and stuff. There's a moray eel right there in the hole alongside. It's a green-headed moray eel. Okay, the Japanese reefs are out there on the right now. See a Moorish idol out here on the left. Solitary one. Usually they're found in pairs or groups of 2 or 3. And we're at about 80 feet. Pretty soon we're going to go down a little bit deeper to the deepest part of our dive, and we'll see some interesting things. We'll see another kind of artificial reef that really wasn't designed to be down here. And we'll be seeing some destruction from our last big storm that we had come through the island. That was back in 1992. It was called Hurricane Waikiki.
これが三菱 YSLM 型の飛行機です。もうしばらくしますと、この右側のまずですね、進行方向左側の方から見えてまいりまして、右側の方からもね、言いましたミッドパシフィックというね、速列車があったんですけれども、残念ながらちょっと経済的に問題がありまして、倒産をしてしまいまして、その時にアトランティスが書いておりまして、こちらの方に進めたんですね。結構ですね、飛行機の羽の下に魚が寄ってきていましてね、夜行性の魚ですね、メンパチと言います。昼間はね、こういう暗いところに隠れてるんですよね。深度の方、今日で一番深いところになります。今ちょうど100フィートということなんですけれども、大体30メーターですね、潜ってまいりました。これからですね、この飛行機後にしまして、次の人工サンゴ礁、YO257 へとね、潜水艦の方を進めます。
Ship is out here on the right. This is the first ship that we sank. It's been down here for about 10 years. You'll see the coral growth On top of there, it's taken the coral about 10 years to grow to that size, about a decade. You'll see a lot of fish here. You see that we have over 700 different kinds of marine life, not just fish, but all marine life living at on the ship.
Hi, fishy, fishy.
We made sure that the ship was safe for scuba diving by putting windows inside the hull so nobody can get trapped in there. We get a lot of divers here every day exploring the ship. A lot of dive shops book a trip out here once a day. We also put out a mooring system for their boats so they never have to anchor. Because anchors are very bad for the reef. They just tear up the coral. So all they have to do is tap to a buoy. Never have to worry about an anchor at all. So we'll finish this pass. We'll spin around and show it one more time for you folks on the left, and then we'll go back over there to the other ship and take a closer look.
はい、今ですね、ちょうど右側の方にね、YO257 が見えてるんですけれども、これ昔アメリカ軍が使っていた船です。全長が54メーターありまして、11年間沈められているんですけどもね、とてもダイビングスポットとしても有名な場所です。今ちょっとね、右側の方から離れまして、で今度また
Originally, the Navy was going to take this ship over to the island of Kauai after they replaced it and shoot missiles at it for target practice. But we managed to get it from them first and turn it into this artificial reef here. The millet-seed butterfly fish is very common around here. They have a very diverse diet. They feed on pretty much everything. The plankton and the coral polyps, as well as the eggs of the other fish. The shape of their body makes it easy for them to wedge themselves in a crack in the reef, stay out of view. They're scared. Okay, so we'll take a right turn. We're going to go over there to the San Pedro, which is out here on the right. That's the newest ship that we put down here about 5 years ago. And keep your fingers crossed. Maybe we'll see a green sea turtle. Saw some this morning. There it is. Is a female green sea turtle. Short tail, so it's a female. About a medium size. Female, just kind of cruising there. This is where they live. See her kind of just cruising along there. Going with the current and stuff. Turtles are very graceful. They don't like to work too hard though. So when the current gets stronger, they like to go inside the ship and take cover. They can hold their breath for a long time. Hold their breath for up to 2 hours, say the scientists. And they are an endangered species, so it's always nice to see them. I've been working here for 4 years, and I can't think of a single day when I've come down and not seen one, so they're always around. Their population is coming back pretty strong. Scientists come down here a lot to count the turtles. They actually tag them as well, so they can identify each one and see how fast they grow and stuff. Most of the turtles that we see here off of Oahu were born a long ways away, over 700 miles away, and somehow they make it all the way over here from where their breeding grounds are. They are born up there in the Northwest Pacific Islands or Hawaiian Islands. They're basically little atolls. These windows are 3¼ inches thick, and they're made out of acrylic instead of glass. The reason we use acrylic for submarine windows is because it's flexible. Okay, did anyone see the movie U-571 yet? Okay, when they went down there and all the stuff was starting to pop like that? Okay, well our subs can go a lot deeper than what we do during our normal tours. This sub can actually go down to over 600 feet, no problem, okay? So that's like deeper than, actually I can't remember exactly in the movie, but probably down in the same area that sub was. But that's a lot of pressure, so the windows have to be strong enough. Okay, and that's why we make them so thick, and they're flexible. So when we get more pressure, they bend in. When we go back up, they pop back out to their normal shape. if they're made out of glass, they would crack. They get stress cracks on them. And if you touch the windows, okay, tap on it. It doesn't sound like it's really thick, right? But there's a piece of safety glass there to protect the real window from scratches. It's the only problem with acrylic. Is that your rings and cameras and stuff like that, or anything that scratches against the window could scratch it and make it foggy. Okay, so that's the only glass we have on the sub, is a little protective viewport covers. Okay, we're at just about 60 feet, and we're almost to our surfacing zone now. Captain Susan will be releasing a bubble the sub to mark our location before we go up, so they know exactly where we are. We don't want to accidentally dry dock somebody. Our service control officer said that we're clear to surface, and he needs us to get up there right away because there's some traffic coming. So he wants us to get to the surface so we won't get stuck down here later. Right now, Captain Susan is using high pressure air to fill up our flooded air ballast tanks. Going to force the water out the bottom of the tank and we'll float straight up. It takes us less than 30 seconds to get up from this depth. And we're already passing through 15 feet. There's the Opelu again out there. And here we are. Congratulations, we survived another trip to the bottom of the ocean and back again.
I was hoping I'd see a mermaid. I was hoping I'd see a mermaid.
Did you see a mermaid?
So what's on the other side? We missed it.